And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to what will hopefully be a easy live stream that goes smoothly for me. Today, I'm going to be doing some stone setting on this pendant that I've been working on for too many days so that I can then attach it to this necklace, insert gemstones into this, and make it into a full necklace. I got sucked into a project that, it's taken way more time than it should have, but it's turning out so cool and I can't help myself. So, yeah, I hope people enjoy this. I'll try to keep up on chat. It can be kind of hard because I'll be under a microscope for a lot of this, but Sabella! After thousands of years of slumber, someone has finally awoken thee. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up. Yeah, remember when I started this, I think it was last week, and I was doing this, and I said I'm gonna make something nice and simple. Three streams later, a couple videos. I don't know what simple is. Obviously, can't make simple. But yeah, so right now I am just looking for the last tool I need to do to get to stone setting. I've been prepping this all day. Yes. So the bezel, as you can see, I've cut that out to be exactly where I want it. That's good. See here, I gotta focus slightly right now because there we go. Perfection. So I hope everyone's having a good day. What have you been doing today, Sabella? All right. I still feel like it's so little. Well, I'm gonna dig just a little bit more out on that because I just want to make sure that this is perfect, or as perfect as possible. I can imagine that was. Oh, Grandma, no, not now. Grandma, you can't text me back right when I start a stream. Don't I love it too? The concept of these, you don't see them very often. It doesn't have room for a super big chain, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to do something kind of sneaky, but I love it. Oh, and then I'll have to send you a picture after the stream. It's of Meow Meow with one of my nicer pendants. It is adorable, and the pendant's pretty too. It, yeah, he's good at being adorable, though. Let's see here. That's a little too much. Yeah, it's gonna sound stupid that I've gotten this far, that I'm actually really still thinking about doing a halo, but it's like, with as much time as I put into this piece already, I might as well just go all out now, because you know. Yeah, did you see the kitty, video I put up of him, like, staring at the squirrels? And I didn't even notice the squirrels when I first went and, like, put the camera up. I wish I had one of those nice microscopes that allowed you to do filming through one of the lenses. Unfortunately, but yeah, like, it just hasn't been the same without you. I mean, I haven't been in frame for more than, like, 5 seconds. I forgot what water is. Glad you're back too. I gotta get that prototype dice ring that I made out to you, along with a couple other things. Although my ability for shipping may have changed now, to my knowledge today. But I, I hope to be able to get that, and I have a package for Iris that's long overdue that I want to get those out. Oh, hello, Ariel. Hey, Sabella, did you happen to put this on the Insta? I I've been wondering how that's been doing. Like, I'm seriously wondering if it matters if it just sits there for a while. If I'm also wondering about the sure did. How's it has it gotten followers while you were busy? I know you like hadn't really no ability to do anything, so I've just been curious if it might. Can I leave my YouTube and just like stop posting videos every day? Will it be okay if I do? That's more like it. All right, cool. So now that I've got that finished, where the bezel is fully gonna hold the gemstone, first I'm gonna use this bezel pusher, and it's just a manual one, to push the bezel over in some places that are important, just to really start the process of making sure that the gemstone is held down properly. Start with the tip of the pear shape oftentimes, and then I go to the opposite side. From here, I will probably pull out the thank you. Okay, I thought it was that. Just making sure. What are you doing, buddy? Hey, Sabella, d- will it? Will you get followers if you don't post anything? Is what I'm wondering. If you just like let it sit there for 10 years. Actually, now that I think about it, yep, it's the little buddy. Now that I think about it, I had a TikTok for like a few days, and then 1 second. Apologies, I was hearing noises and didn't know what exactly what. Well, I knew what they were. I just wanted to make sure I knew what they were. Okay. Uh, I have a TikTok from a long time ago that I worked did for like 3 or 4 days and then just stopped. I wonder if it had any growth. It's been there for like 2 years. I know. I think about some weird things, like use doing that as an investment for the future. So right now I'm using the pneumatic engraver. What I did was I made a flat engraving tip for it, which I literally just took one of these, snapped the tip off of it, and flattened it. You ever done bezel setting, uh, Sabella? I hate doing it with these. This thing makes it so amazingly easy to do. Now, on these specialty cut gemstones, I have to be a little careful. They can break sometimes if I'm not careful, but actually, any gemstone can really break if you're not careful, to be fair. Like a 12 carat white topaz. But yeah, this tool makes it just so much easier to do bezel setting. Like I used to hate it before I made this thing. Sorry, it's hard to show it work, but it. I think they meant tank size. I'm talking to myself on that. Somebody had commented that my air compressor is too small, and I think they meant the size of the tank, and I think I agree with that. I was hoping. Probably should have messaged Will to let him know I was going live. Okay, I'm gonna message Will real quick just so he knows that I'm live because he supports a lot. I've also gotten into cutting my own gemstones a little bit or polishing cabochons. There. It's only fair to give him heads up with as much support as he's given me in the channel. Let's see here. There we go. So, Isabella, have you been able to do any like hobbies or anything in the last couple of months, or has it pretty much just been like sleep and I can only imagine all the different. Hey, Will, what you been reading? So I will admit I am a little intimidated to break this stone because I have had it happen too many times in the past. It's heartbreaking. How you doing today, Will? Right. I can finish up on that. So let's start putting other rocks up in this. I'm gonna start with these. So in here I've got a bunch of tanzanites and then two small, very they're almost white colored natural sapphires. That one's 2.8. What is this? 3.5, 2.8. Oh crap. 2.9, 2.8, 2.9. So tube settings are easy, thankfully, to a point. I mean, kind of easy. Perfection. I can't believe I just picked the perfectly right bit on the first try. That is so luck. And what you been reading, Sabella? Do I or do I not? Do I or do I not? All you gotta do is burr that little area out. Drop your gemstone that you want to put in there into the tube. How you doing, buddy? You're a good boy. Best friend I can ask. Like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, maybe? Cimmerillion? Perhaps some Harry Potter? Or you getting your Edward and Bella on? I mean, I guess you might be reading Anne Rice too, I guess. Probably way off though. Watch me. I'm really hoping it's none of the names I just mentioned, and you'll have some good suggestions for me. Hey Lisa, I'm doing good. Just trucking along like normal, doing the best I can. And then you push the sides of the tube over the gemstone, the lip of the gemstone, and it holds it in place. So I'm in a weird crossroads right now. I've spent probably 15 hours on this pendant so far. And I spent another 6 hours on the chains. It'll probably take another 2 hours to get that all the way where I want it. I could call the pendant done here, but part of me wants to to do a halo. Um, that will probably give me another 1 to 2 hours, but I think it'd be worth it. I think it's that like final detail that would really clench it. I should have remembered that because you've told me that once before. Right. And yeah, my Halo thought. Basically, just start taking these kind of palish tanzanites. They have some color in them, but not a lot. And set them up all the way around the side. Now I can do that, or I could do something else. I can wire wrap something. I kind of leave it up to chat what they think. Does chat want to see me do a pave with halo on this? I'm probably gonna, but I don't know. Part of me is also like, it's just more time that blah blah blah. I do have two other wire wraps currently in progress too. I have this wire wrap and this wire wrap. They're both kind of similar designs I'm trying out here. So there are some choices here for anyone. Black opal wire wrap, regular opal wire wrap, or we got this I'm working on. Leave it to chat, I will. Right? Especially like, come here, opal. I've been struggling to pick what side stones I want to go with this one. I don't know. I don't know what keeps causing that. There is my stick. There it is. I have a stick for that job. There we go. I have a stick for every job. It's just, then you're like, is it the 5 mil stick or is it 7 mil stick? Guess I can start this process. So, beginning this process, I get a general sense of the width of the gemstones. About 2 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 2 millimeter. It's like 2 millimeter. What I'm gonna go with. Might have to get more of the tanzanite, but I got 'em. I got 'em. I got plenty of 'em. I don't even need to go all the way up this either, now that I think about it. Just by adding some gemstones to it, it's gonna add more sparkle, which, well, half of chat voted the reason they they wanna get jewelry is because of the sparkle. Let's see here. Just wanna make sure this is yes. This 2 is going to work just fine. Two. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. I am still checking chat, see what people got going on or yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. I want one more. Ooh, about 21 stones total. Just okay. Yeah, it is. I mean, and like I said, I I could just be done with it, but I feel like that extra sparkle along this will be what really does it in the end, so I mean, I've already put so much time into it as it is. Oh, hi. Uh, how you doing, Lindy? And oi, yes, you have a good night, Ariel. Thank you for coming and watching. Hey, Lindy. Okay. It's coming along. I'm almost done with this part, and then I'll attach the chain. Um, well, then I'll finish up the length part of the chain, put in the stones, attach the chain, and then call it done. I it went this piece has gone way further than I was originally planning. Not that I'm too surprised by that, but still. Let's change my position. See if that makes it a little. Yes, that is much better for filming, at least. Plus, I have all those tanzanite melee. I figure I might as well do something with them. The struggle getting projects completed when I have multiple to choose from. I usually start from one or another project. Thank you, Lindy. Yeah, I get. I've tried to do multiple projects at a time, but I'll get stuck on one like I am with this, and then it'll just take over for a few days. But sometimes you'll notice like nothing gets put out by me for weeks, and then suddenly I get like 7 projects done in 2 days, and it's like, those all look like they took 50 hours. WTF? Trying to keep you guys with a decent view of this process, but it can be difficult. You want to keep remembering to put more Burr Life or whatever lubricant you're using on the tip of your drill bits. It'll make them last a lot longer. Now, there is an interesting dilemma when working with tanzanite. Tanzanite is fairly soft, and so you really got to be careful using abrasives on it. After I get all of my pockets cut and everything, I'm going to want to repolish this. I'm also going to want to cut a little deep. It's a specialty cut white topaz. I love its asymmetrical cut, and it gives it such an awesome refractive index, or yeah, refraction in there. Okay, so I'm gonna want get all my burrs back together where I want them. Grab the burrs I'm gonna need specifically for this part of the project. Uh, I'm gonna want a 1.5 millimeter. They're all 2 millimeter stones. I want a 1.5 millimeter round burr, a 2 millimeter stone setting burr, one of the point five or point six round burrs, 219, a little bit, 196, 212, 196 is a good size. Pull out the 212 one. What I'll do is I'll cut them all in the 1.96, cut some of the bottom ones a little bigger so I can put the bigger ones there and have them kind of taper going up. And then a 1.5 round, roughly. 1.1. Sorry, I'm literally measuring all these different burrs to find the right one. I Yes, I had them organized, but I also have a cat that decided that they didn't have to be organized. I knew someone was gonna say something about it. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't seeing the chat at that moment. I knew someone was gonna say something about the organization thing. Rightfully so. I am pretty disorganized, but all right. I'll make sure here. I always look just in case something happened with my calipers. The last thing I ever want to deal with is getting this far on a project and then screwing it up because of something stupid. Yeah, yeah, apparently my life isn't interesting enough as it is. Thank you for getting this for me. Now this will get so hot that I can't hold it more than once. I'm gonna have to show that sometime. But I've learned that if you keep a steel dapping block around or something, you can set the pendant on it, and it will cool down quicker that way. I have gotten halfway through it already, and it's warm, but it ain't like that hot yet, so that's good. Thank you for everyone who hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Um, and I'm working on getting a membership function set up slowly but surely. I'll get it there before too long. Yes, under magnification. How's your week gone, Lindy? If you're still here. All right, now I'm using a setting burr. And don't forget that you want to keep the burr life on that. Uh, to kinda, I suck at it. I need to figure out some way to do it better. I've gotten a couple to be operational again, but never up to where I wish I had them. I'm also not the greatest at sharpening my own graver bits, although, you know, I think it might just be a practice thing. Do you have a method for that I might be able to learn from you? That's probably a good way to go about it. I've been trying to figure out a way to get a good angle set up. Yeah, I have not been able to find a way to do it without the scope. Anytime I've tried, I just the can't. It's worthless. Although I don't normally sharpen them until they just don't work anymore. All right, now I'm gonna move up just slightly for a couple of these, maybe. I don't even think it's gonna be many of them, just a couple. So I might as well just count how many of them I want larger. Hmm. I think I only want like 3 or 4 of them larger. Let's go with. I feel that. I can understand the frustration, Lindy. Yeah, that's something I've struggled with hardcore too. Okay then. Now, see here. I'm gonna see if my graver will be a deer. It might not, but it might. Right now, I'm just scratching a fine little line that I'm about to carve out using my engraver. Um, I'm gonna use the graver tip that looks like a small knife blade if I can. I think it's called an onglet, and it might have a number on it if I'm lucky. If it does, I'll read that out to you. I'm sorry. Well, you're just not pleased with YouTube right now, are you? Like, it's been effing up the last couple of days. The other stuff that I think I can get in trouble or, like, demonetized if I talk about it too much. I don't know. I don't wanna mess with them. Not that I'm even sure that, now I'm monetized and I'm like, is it does it matter now? I think we're up to like $9.80 now, I guess, or something like that. A little bit more, and I'll be able to give them a little tax information. Oh joy. We'll see how well this goes. The engraver normally hates me with a passion, so no, it doesn't have a number. Oh yes, it does. Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind. Gmax number 0 Cmax, I guess. Number. I'm sorry, I can't give much better information than that. And then earlier I was using this, but this is just anything. I've seen people do it with a brass stick, and then they'll use that to bezel everything. My my engraver. I'm going to engrave the. You engrave out parts of the. Make sure it's sharp real quick. Sorry. You're just carving out your seats and your prongs, basically, is what I'm doing. It's especially important when you're working with gold because your detail doesn't collect as much oxidation, and so like you want it polished. It's so complicated, but like you want to be leaving behind polished grooves that reflect light well to give that sparkle that everyone likes. It's so hard to explain, especially right now. I'd be happy to show you anytime. What the? Why would you do that? Thank you, Will, but why would you? I'm sorry, I'm at YouTube as well, so I love you so much, man. Thank you. Thanks, man. I'm sorry. Like half light, half crying and half laughing right now. Yes, Lindy, that is a very good explanation of what I'm doing. And when you're doing it with gold, that is your detailing instead of like using oxidization to give you the different. There's a couple that I would really love to get to practice. I just can't afford to. Because, like, I could spend 40 hours doing this stone setting on this. Well, why? No one in their right mind would pay for that. I couldn't charge somebody for that because it doesn't look that much better. It does look good, and it would be great to learn it and get it down to a quicker, but I'll have to send you some resources that I know of to kind of explain it better. One I've seen is setting the standard. He does a lot of fish tails, and they look really, really good. A lot of. Hey, no, Sabella, I know you've had a really, really long day. Thank you so much for coming in today. I really, really appreciate it. It was good to see you. I'm hoping you're feeling a lot better. And I'm gonna there, that'll stop. But thanks for dropping by, and we'll see you in the next one. I'll shoot you Shoot me a text. That ring. I want to get you that dice ring. All right. But there's different types of setting styles. Sorry, it took me a second to get to my mind back on it. There's different types of setting styles, like the fishtail or the castle, so on and so forth, and it's all in the engraving that makes it different. But like you very rarely see people do actual setting like that anymore, and I want to learn how to do it really badly. It would. Oh well, this is what I can do. All right. I'm trying to keep paying attention to chat. What I really, really, really want is a microscope that I can hook up to show you guys all this stuff the same way I'm seeing it, because I'm seeing it about 3 to 5 times as magnified as you are. I'm only seeing this little spot right here, so maybe 10 times. And then I would love it if I could find a way to get the chat comments to pop up. But buddy, are you okay? I mean, I'm I know what the talk we just had about insurance, probably not, but like, are you physically okay? Oh wow, that's deep. That's good though. That's it's actually really close to what I'm wanting to. Please excuse me for a moment. What's that, buddy? You want to go check it out, or should I? I'll go look. I'll be right back. Lindy, we live in Montana. Like, I think the only reason I haven't hit a deer is because I don't drive. How's this here? You're fine. You knew that because I went and checked it out, and that's why you were like, whatever. Going back to sleep now. Uh, I got to get a picture of that for Sabella. Will, was that to make up the percentage that YouTube keeps taking? Check my graver, make sure it's still good. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, there you go. And you'd fit in. You'd fit in just fine up here. That's the Montana way right there. Like all of our food banks, or I don't know if they still do, but like they used to when I was on the street. They all were deer and venison and elk. So many of the hunters would just go hunting elk and then leave the meat at the local soup kitchen or food bank. I'm like, I can get behind that. I really can. I'm just cutting some of these a little deeper. Okay. Aren't your guys' ears smaller though? Like I've heard that from a lot of people who travel here to go hunting. is that they have deer where they live, but they come here because 'cause they're larger. In Colorado too, I've been I remember hearing that when I was a little kid living in Colorado. What did I just drop? I just dropped something I didn't wanna drop. I don't know what it was, but I don't like the feel of Iowa. Oh, yeah, we got a mule and whitetail and elk. Lindy, I am sure that my carpet contains enough silver for me to do, like, 3 or 4 just bracelets. Okay. Next step, I'm gonna go re-clear out all of because the engraver will push metal into the, setting spots. So I'm just gonna go clear all those out with a setting burr real quick. Will's like, I've eaten deer for the last 3 years in a row. I don't want to see it ever again. Doubtless. Okay, so now I have this very tiny ball burr, and I'll go in to do all the other detail that I either can't do with the engraver or don't trust myself to do with the engraver. All of this can be done just with the engraver, but it takes a lot more practice than I have. And I don't feel like this is the piece to do said practice on. Nice. I have wondered the same thing, although I might just do it myself for a really cool video. Because I know the process. It would be some work, but if I ever had a platform where that was worth all that time, I probably would jump on it. All right, so I'm gonna go down the middle and slowly remove metal. I'm as well as around the sides. It'll end up being a small little. It's so hard to explain what I'm doing here. Mostly because I've had to teach myself this without any of the lessons of terminology or anything, and I don't want to give people the wrong terms. a relief out? Wait, what? A relief cut? I'm not sure. I don't know what a relief cut is. Yes, content. It's not my only plan, but it is in there for eventually, some okay income. I almost gave up a while back, but I had some inspiration and meh, still going. This is the thing about doing this with silversmithing is it is so slow, and people don't like this type of labor tag on silver pieces. I've been trying not to do projects that I spend an entire week on anymore because, well, the economy is surely not well. That's that's a fact. I ain't giving up, Will. It's hard, but I ain't gonna give up. Just challenge after challenge after challenge, you know what I mean? You're one of my biggest encouragers, though. I feel almost like I have a responsibility to succeed. Not only have you backed me a lot financially, but you've given me a lot of advice. You've kept me from giving up at times when I've been close. Just by telling me, about your own story, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Actually, I wouldn't be on line streaming or putting out videos right now if it wasn't for you this last month either. So, yeah, man, I ain't going anywhere anytime soon. I just got to figure some things out so I can keep bringing this content. We'll have to really start going on the other platform. I'm gonna push myself to be on there this weekend at some point. I think doing starter wraps, wire wrapped rings, and just easy things. Iris, I would be worried. Yeah, I'm trying another streaming platform called Kick. I'll shoot you a link to my channel on there when I go live on it again. Give you a little bit of a heads up that I'm planning to go live too. It's a really different type of platform though. All right. So now I've got that. And Iris, I would be worried if you were on time. It's all good. Okay, there's a couple things I'm going to touch up real quick using the engraver and the flat tip that I made. And that's the tube settings. I noticed they're spinning a little bit, so I'm just gonna go put the final nail in that coffin. Look at that. They are nice and secure now. And then don't like that. Okay, and then so one tool that I use for this is, well, it's literally called the beading tool, and I've made a micro chisel. Uh, thank you. Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, no, I agree. Although I don't know how easy that's going to be, but I agree with you. There might be a way to do that. All right. Using the little micro chisel that I made, I'm going to come in and cut an angle. Now, I could use the And I'm basically using this like a push graver instead of a pneumatic graver. I could use the graver, but I've had them chip stones really badly in the past, and I've decided after that that I would do this by hand. All right, now polishing time. And that is gonna be slightly more challenging than I want it to be. I know I have the proper bit for this. Yeah, yes, good, good. All right, I need to get more of these. They're I don't know why they would call them midgets. Still, I know I'm still stuck on that. Like, seriously, I don't even where does that name even come from? But, these little cone burrs, and I'm gonna use this to do the abrasives work that I need to do on this piece. Um, Now these burn up very, very, very fast, it seems like, which is why I don't use them very often, but they are very useful. They also leave behind a lot of stuff. There we go. I wish I could figure out how they do streaming on like three platforms at once. It's absolutely possible to stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and that makes me think that other things are possible. I think they use a computer program. Well, like the Young Turks, because I've noticed they even have the same content playing on 3 or 4 of their own live streams simultaneously, or at least 2, just on YouTube. Like for Kick, you have to download a program that's specifically for streaming, and I'm wondering if something like that might work, where I don't know, but this is why most of those big channels have a production team, though. Like, hell, even video gamers who just do nothing but sit there and play video games for their channel, a lot of the bigger ones have a production team. Or a production person. Although they might use several computers somehow, I don't know. This is an art that I never learned. All right, and that one is already burnt out. This is what I mean about not being able to use them very often. They burn out really, really quick. Why am I polishing this under a microscope? I guess it's keeping me in frame at least. But we'll catch. Wait, Twitch will ban you for it? That's that's really picky and choosy because they let the Young Turks do it all day long. Maybe not all day, but for several of their shows. Huh. I wonder how the businesses get away with it then. Kind of want to call TYT a corporation just to be a dick. How vehemently anti-corporate they are. But I do trust Reddit. Reddit has steered me in the right direction many times. Although I have seen Reddit steer some people in the wrong direction many times too. I guess, to be fair. Check out the Young Turks. They managed to stream on both at once somehow. Because they'll answer live answer. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're not. No, I've checked into that. I'll have to look into it and see what I might find. I'm sure they do have a policy against it. I'm also wouldn't be surprised if they let certain uh, organizations get away with it for different reasons. I need to turn my fan on real quick. Ah, what are you doing, Meryl? You cat? It is your MO, you know. Meryl. Yes. You're a good boy. You're the best. Yes, you are. Really? Wait, why would you have to make a new one? Your username on Reddit is the like coolest ever. Took me a while to understand what it was referencing, but once I did, I was like, ah, okay, that's neat. Yeah. Hey, if you do create a new one, don't forget to subscribe. I'm not sure that you really need to make a new one though, because Reddit really feels like it's dying. But it would be nice if it undied. I would be totally cool with that. By the way, Iris, Vaughn said she had seen one of your TikTok videos that you had put up for me. So thank you. And I figured you'd want to know that it's getting some reach at least. Your list? Base, huh? Did you get that email ever? I think you're both wrong. 4chan is the hell of the internet. That's a good description. Old man Henderson. Okay. I want to do one final run over with the green brush. Right, I'm saying that's about right. But hey, I used to sell my jewelry. Hey, you have a good one, Lindy. Thanks for coming by and chatting. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And so now I'm literally just finishing the polish, even though I'm gonna polish again. Like I said earlier, tanzanite really doesn't like being having abrasives used on it, and so unless I want to diamond polish this, which with the topaz, that's a no. I want to have it as polished as I can beforehand. There. Alrighty. Now, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I am going to full magnification. Maybe not full, but fairly close. And then I'm gonna drop in some gemstones and drop some on the ground, of course. So I'm gonna do myself a favor right now. I'm gonna pull all this out. Really? Gonna be like that, huh? Fuck it. There, now I at least know semi where I'll. A Kickstarter? No, I I haven't. How would I do that even? Like, because I know what it is. I just didn't really see any opportunity there myself. But let's face it, I'm oftentimes not the best at noticing those types of things. If you have an idea, I would love to hear it, honestly. All right. I can already tell. I'm not just playing the drums. I promise. It's how I can find gemstones, is because they'll sparkle differently in the light and they'll fall differently than dust. Okay, that one is a no. Real quick, I'm going to take a second and find. There it is. I have a beading tool I use just for this that I make by melting some wax to the tip of. I need more jazz. A piece of metal. This allows me to get stones where I want them easier. It also allows me to remove them if needed. Alright. Then, the beading tool that I used earlier and set down and lost. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I will put Yeah, I like that idea. I'll have to put together a good plan for that. That's a really good idea. Thank you, Will. Mm, alright. I think that's the one. Well, the biggest pain of doing this is I have to make sure I almost have to do a whole line of them at once. Excuse me. And I don't know that I actually need a 3D printer to do that. I might have gotten it worked out with wax. I just need to order some more wax at the moment. And if I've done everything right, then I should have my first spring design that I can do myself rather easily. But we'll see if, you know, there's a lot of ifs there. I wanna make sure none of these are too colorful. Not really. I think they'll be fine. But I don't like that one. There we go. Okay. So you can see the stones going up the side. Now, take the chisel and I cut my little prongs that I built in. Now some of them I'll cut in half, others are a little thicker, um, and so what I'll do with those is I'll cut them into 3 pieces, and that'll just give a little extra ball of silver to get sparkled off of later. This is how you can tell, by the way, if something's actually, like, handmade or not. Um, the handmade pieces, they will make them look similar to like this, but you'll notice that there's no metal going over the gemstones because they will literally cast them with everything looking like this down to the little, like, beads, but then they'll just glue the stones in 'cause it's quicker. Okay, now that I've cut all of those, I can switch from the chisel tipped to the it's got a little inverted bevel on the inside. You gotta be a little careful with tanzanite because it will crack and break very easily on you, especially these melees. Um, they're not a good stone to learn this with, for sure. Neither is Savorite Garnet. And by just wiggling it around on the little piece like this, it turns it into a like a ball looking shape. You can use these same tools to do texturing of different kinds. I might mill grain some of this now that I think of texturing too. But like where I had to cut three of them, I'll go turn that into a roundish shape too, just because it'll help catch light and sparkle better. And I do it in a crisscross pattern where I'll go from this one to this one to this one to this one to keep it from if you push one side down too quickly, it'll push the other side up too high for you to be able to get the metal over the lip. Oh yeah. All right, and I just keep pushing and pushing, and slowly but surely, I get all these stones locked down. It's important to make sure that they're in tightly, um, and that they can't move at all. Like that one I just saw wiggle a little bit. Barely noticeable, but I don't know. How does a car get a bolt loose inside of it? I assume it's partially the same magic involving physics. That oh, oh yeah. Almost there. Well, okay, almost halfway there. Oh, yep, that one did it. No, even close. Damn cleavage. It the way tanzanite breaks, if it finds that line, it will just sever right down it. This one's gonna do it, I can tell. Yep. No? Yep, it did. On the bright side, I can dig it out and just try again. kinda. Now I have to reshape the seat to get a stone to fit in. That can be difficult. But after a few times of messing that something like that up, you get pretty good at fixing it. There we go. Perfect. So far, so good. Now just the other side. Now, I'm hoping I have enough stones left in here, but I might need to pull some others. It's almost a rule that if you're gonna do a project, you want like 4 to 5 extra stones on hand just in case. I know that I've broken one, but I also kinda got lucky only breaking one on that other side. Um, Especially if you're using a soft gem like tanzanite for, your melees, you definitely are gonna want to have extras because they just break so easily. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've broken these things, setting them. It's bad enough where I almost don't use tanzanite because it's for melees. Um, they just have broken too often on me, and that sucks. But I've gotten better, and I also have like 20 carats of tanzanite melee sitting around, and I'm like, waste not, want not. Yeah, I'm not really, no. They're too small. Once they break, you could use them as gravel in a fish tank or something, I guess, but they are like super, super small. Um, Now Tanzanite, as far as going as melees go, should be cheap in my opinion. Like the only time I actually buy them, actually I don't buy them anymore unless they just come free with some other package I've gotten. But they're too they're too small, Iris. I can wrap things that are absolutely tiny, but at this size, there's just a limit. I might be able to wrap these unbroken. They're right at that like cutoff for that. Okay, so I'm gonna want to switch back to the chisel tip, and then come over and just. I'm sorry I can't really show it as well on this side, but it's just too awkward to hold it while I do at that angle because this has to be done under a microscope. Um, and that's part of why you can't really, wrap them. It's not super even. I would not expect anyone to be able to wrap things that they can't see. Um, you guys are looking at this at about well, if you're watching it on a screen like I am, a computer screen, there's about a 10 times magnification, if not more. That's why when that one stone broke in the piece, I blew it up because I might as well at that point. Why do I have a fucking headache? I really gotta start deep graving better. The areas where I engraved deep enough, the stone setting is going super easy. Like, I haven't even switched from the chisel tip to the beading tool, and it's going easy on those ones. The only reason I'll be using the beading tip on one of them is to round it out so it matches. Alright. Watching out for this, or the, rounded beading tool, and I'm gonna just kinda do it the same way I did it on the other side. Just start moving those specks of metal that I made over the ledges and kinda rounding them out. Checking to make sure that the stone isn't loose afterwards. You okay over there, buddy? Got a hairball? Yeah. A good boy. Sorry, I'm not very talkative. I It's hard to do when you're under a microscope to it's hard to keep up with comments, plus I've already got, like, so much on my mind, but I am trying to, like, talk that way, you know, distract myself a little bit. Alright. Now, of course, you can never forget to do a little bit of finishing work. You can, but you shouldn't. Here I'm just kinda using a very fine-toothed chisel to oh, not chisel, fucking file. Yeah. And then when I'm done with the file, use that blue, cone again to kinda polish the prongs. And then I'll go over the entire thing again with a pink one, being very careful not to touch any of the tanzanite. After which piece the centerpiece or after which point the centerpiece of this insane the this the stones going around the big stone, that's a halo. Great question. Thank you for asking that one. I should have explained that better earlier. All right. Take all my burrs and I'm gonna put them in my little round burr organizer thing. Even if the cat likes to knock it off of the desk at night once in a while, it's a very helpful tool, and I recommend them for anyone who's getting really into jewelry making or silversmithing or goldsmithing. I made mine. Okay. Now I could have done this a lot better, and I could do like spend a lot more time on this part two, but I'm trying not to add so much time that this piece will never sell. Um, which is already a fear of mine. But I think it'll be okay. I think this piece might sell eventually. Probably by Christmas. Especially because I think I'm gonna ask 5 for it. I could probably ask a lot more, but I well, I don't think I have the luxury. I'm also trying to debate whether or not I go use liver of sulfur on this or not. But I think I'm not. I don't think I'm going to. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes it's pretty much required with a wire wrap to for it to look good. It's not required, Lisa. It's something I've noticed that wire wraps. It's really hard to get them perfectly clean looking and looking really just good quality without adding that liver of sulfur. I really couldn't say why that is. I kind of wish I knew myself. What I'll probably do here after I'm done with this part is I'll go to the bathroom and take a brush to it, and then I'll let it dry, and I'll go from there as to whether or not I should or should not use liver of sulfur. But for some reason, it adds a contrast that really helps. Good question again, by the way. And sorry for, I really didn't say that very well in the beginning. The way I originally said required was not accurate. So thanks for catching that. All right. I also often say like an audiobook is required for this, but you know, oh no, ask all you want, please. It's the whole point of my channel is teaching. It would be nice if it made it so that I felt financially stable, but I wanted to give back to the community that got me here so quickly. An audiobook really can help, though. You know, it might not be necessary for this. It's looking fairly decent as it is. Yeah. Okay. Do my final little bit. Why did I put the microscope away? Because I didn't think I'd need it. Oh well. Yeah, no, I'm always happy when y'all ask questions or engage in any way possible, Ira or Lisa. Thank you. Also appreciate all the thumbs ups today, guys. Girls, everyone. Now I'm eyeballing this, and I don't recommend people doing that, but it is possible on bigger stones to eyeball your polishing around them. Still risky though. Unless they're like diamonds. It's really nice. And I haven't gotten to work on a big one yet, but it's really cool when the whole piece is diamond and you can just take all your abrasives and just right over it, and it literally does nothing to them. See, for me, anymore, it's become I need that background noise to not be in a panic attack. At least for the last like 2 months, 3 months. And it seems like the moment I find a way to overcome it, life throws me another obstacle to learn how to deal with. I'm gonna go wash this in my hands so I can get all the stuff that'll stick to this off. Get this drying, and then I'm gonna come back and do a quick polish on it just to show what that'll look like. Hey, how you doing? I'll be right back. I just finished stone setting. Sorry. All the tanzanites around in the halo. All right, I'll be right back. Uh, all right, let's put a little bit of shine on this. I Yeah, I've had to look into certain things for my anxiety too. Although I'm not a huge fan of them, at least I can say it's been working lately, kinda. All right. So what I have here is it's literally a polishing cloth that's been cut in circles. um, so that it can polish slightly quicker. However, I am absolutely in love with it. I think it's turned out great so far. Now, I spent way too much time on it. Again, this was supposed to be a quick piece, but I just whoops. Oh well. Now, all I've got left is to cut this into jump rings, solder them into a chain, put that chain through here so it connects to this on each side. Do another stretch around the back for each side, and then install the topazes into this chain, and this piece is done. So, yeah, this is the pendant I was making for this chain, although I'm starting to think, "WTF did I get myself into?" However, it is what it is, so everyone, I really, really appreciate you, hanging out with me tonight. I will probably try to go live over on Kick here in the next, I don't know, day or 2. I've got a lot that I've gotta figure out with my life, so, um, thank you all so much for coming by and for the support. I really don't know what I would do without you guys. SM, I will catch you here in a bit. Sorry if I'm a little just distracted, I guess. Y'all have anyone have any other questions before I go? Is there anything I can do for anybody? You have a good night too, Lisa, and you take care of yourself. Looks good, I guess. Alright. Y'all have a good one. Y'all know where you can get a hold of me, over at celestialreach.etsy.com. No. Yeah, yeah, you can get a it's in if you just click on the channel name underneath the video, you'll find the description with the actually, I'm sure it's in the description. If it's not in the description, then boo on me. I deserve to be laughed at. It's in the description. So, y'all have a good one. Thanks again. It was good to hang out.